Have you ever felt that you are about to explode with emotions, and a conflict with a loved one or colleague is inevitable? Today, I will tell you how not to let these emotions take over and learn how to manage yourself to avoid those very explosions. Stay tuned, it's important, and don't forget to subscribe to stay informed. Unfortunately, frequent scandals that are accompanied by shouting and sometimes breaking dishes are almost inevitable companions of relationships between men and women. When we fight, we signal that there are problems in the family. Often they are not even directly related to the relationship, but indicate that someone in the couple is not confident and thus shows their importance. Why do we shout and allow ourselves to insult the person we love? What to do if there are constant quarrels in a relationship? And is it possible to share your worries without negative emotions? How do you see the problem in yourself? We feel dissatisfied with others, provoke quarrels, criticize, and shout only in one case, if we are dissatisfied with ourselves. To maintain respectful relationships and love, take care of yourself. Think about the important little things that bring you pleasure. How long has it been since you last spent time with friends? Drawing? Cross-stitch? What kind of wife would fight with her husband? The one who took a walk, got her nails done, and took care of the kids while he was at work? Or the one who spent all day doing things she doesn't enjoy in the slightest? If you love and respect yourself, would you constantly be doing things you don't enjoy? So when you want to scandalize your husband or boyfriend, slow down. In half of the cases, this technique helps to avoid conflicts caused by increased irritability. It works the other way around, too. A confident man who loves himself and is able to ironize himself respects his choices. This applies to his wife, relationships in the family, country of residence, profession, home. He does not send curses to fate, does not blame women, authorities, and weather for failures, because he knows that all change is in his hands. So whichever way you look at it, the cause of frequent conflicts lies in poor self-esteem. And that's where you have to start. Why is it so hard to stop nagging? Constant criticism of others, from supervisors at work to casual passersby, indicates that a person lacks inner love for himself. Think about it. Who swears the most for no apparent reason? It's older people who are alone and have no idea what to do with their lives. These are guys who stay with their moms until 40 and see no other life but the internet and no other entertainment than trolling others. All of them are united by a huge amount of free time, lack of self-confidence, and personal interests. Would you want to be in such a company? What should I do to change my attitude and not fight? Everyone has faced criticism. For many, it becomes an insurmountable obstacle to a happy life. No one likes to be a target for those who want to humiliate and devalue. Public opinion tends to bother people for fear of being rejected by their surroundings. Is it possible not to be afraid of criticism, to learn how to overcome the fear of judgment and become oneself? Let's consider the problem from the point of view of psychology. Anisophobia is a psychological disorder in which the fear of public censure and criticism of others is felt. A person suffering from this phobia is often insecure, with low self-esteem. He perceives condemnation as an act against him and feels like a victim. I am criticized, so I have low self-esteem. But the catch is that criticism does not arise because of this. It's the other way around. I'm criticized because I have low self-esteem. People around you read information not only from verbal sources, but also from nonverbal sources such as intonation of speech, voice volume, gestures, and manner of movement. Confidence is reflected through body physics even more than through speech. A few minutes of observation is enough to understand what kind of person you are, to evaluate you. The strong will not be attacked, but the weak will be easily attacked. But the most ardent critics for us are not society, but ourselves. The roots of the problem of fear of judgment originate in childhood. when parents rebuked and prevented self-expression. This is especially true for those who experienced physical punishment. Children well absorb the principle of you have to please everyone, to be a goody-goody, not to be put in a corner, not spanked. Subsequently, phobias often develop because of the fear of showing themselves. And this weight goes with a person further on in life, preventing him from being real. Those who consider themselves straightforward and honest want to get their truth out to the world. This is also destructive criticism, which most often no one asks for. It is better to keep such opinions to yourself. In order for criticism to be constructive, it is important to observe the 5-second rule. You should only give an assessment and reprimand a person if you can get rid of the problem. For example, your hair is disheveled or your lipstick is smeared. If it is impossible to eliminate a negative moment, your legs are too fat, your salary is small, it is better not to start an important destructive conversation. There are thousands of psychological articles and Instagram posts about self-love. However, not everyone has the understanding that self-love is about caring. You may be unhappy with your education or your body, but instead of criticizing yourself and torturing yourself with diets, do self-development, get quality sleep, eat good food, and keep yourself in shape. Take time to do what makes you happy. A person who loves himself is much less likely to quarrel with others. If you feel that you want to scandalize your husband, switch the focus of attention to yourself, and then perhaps the rest of the family will follow. They quarreled as if they didn't know that angry words can't be forgotten. They didn't know that people fight to the full and make peace halfway, and so every time love is cut off, it becomes less and less. But what to do if the constant quarrels at home continue and you have not yet reached the zen that will allow you to stop them, to exclude them from the relationship? I give a few simple techniques that allow you to quickly shift your attention. Count to 10. If you feel that you are about to have a scandal, take a few deep breaths, count to 10, and only then continue the conversation. This technique reduces adrenaline levels and distracts you from anxious thoughts. Awareness. Before you respond to an irritation, pause for a moment. By being aware of your emotions at the moment of response, you can avoid rash actions. Think, why do I feel this way? And how can I express it constructively? Don't overreact. It happens that even on the smallest action on the part of your husband, wife, you overreact because you remember all the previous offenses. Focus on the specific situation. It is probably not worth making it the cause of the conflict. Deep breathing. When emotions are piling up, breathing exercises can be a real lifesaver. Take a few deep breaths in and out. This helps to slow your heart rate and reduce your stress level. Take a timeout. If you feel yourself starting to swear, take a break. Go to another room or take a walk in the fresh air and think about the words that are ready to roll off your tongue. Are you sure you want to say them? If you still want to express your dissatisfaction, think about how to do it in a normal way, without tantrums. Try to focus on something else. It could be a simple activity. Look at something soothing or turn your attention to a conversation with a friend. Use a stop word. Let it serve as a signal to stop the quarrel. A stop word will not solve disagreements, but it will help to avoid senseless insults and move to a constructive dialogue in the family. Problem solving. Instead of dwelling on the conflict, think about what you can do to fix the situation. Turn emotions into useful actions. Emotional distance. When feelings run high, it's important to be able to keep your distance. Think about how you will feel a few hours or days after the conflict. This helps to reduce emotional stress. And finally, the most important piece of advice. If you are constantly snapping at your loved ones, tell them about your problem. Let them know that you are working on yourself, regretting your irritability, and want to learn how to resolve conflicts in a civilized way. This will let your husband and children know that their feelings are important to you, but that you just haven't dealt with the situation yet. The support of your family is very important, and working through a problem together is much easier than working through it alone. Emotions. Do you want to learn more about what to do when your emotions run wild? Learn to better understand yourself and others? Control your feelings and express them without negativity. Subscribe to my channel Emotions, how to manage your own and understand others. In this video, we will talk about how to deal with emotions to prevent outbursts of anger and conflicts. Find out how to learn how to control your emotions, avoid quarrels, and preserve harmony in relationships. These simple and effective tips will help you become more calm and confident in any situation. Subscribe to the channel, like and click on the bell to receive more useful videos.